Hi everyone. Thank you for joining the PeopleHub HRMS webinar. Okay, before we move ahead and we jump into the topic of demo of the platform, a walkthrough and all of that, these will be some of the house rules for the session. Please rename yourself with your first name and your organization. And this only applies if your Zoom display name is different than this so that we can address each other with the name. So after that, please turn on your video during the session and keep a notepad and pen handy to note down your questions. We'll give you spaces in between the walkthrough and the demo to ask questions, and we'll pause between the session as well for questions. So please make sure you have a pen and notepad handy. I'm going to give 1 minute for all of the participants to rename yourself, get yourself a pen and paper, and turning the video on. So I'll just give one minute. I'm just waiting for everyone to kind of figure this out. Okay. Suhaib, I can see you already have Pyramid Foundation and your name. I'm requesting the others to also do that. I can see also we have someone from Umid and all of that. Okay, Evangeline is there from ECVCHR. Okay. If there is anyone who hasn't renamed themselves, please do that and please keep your video on, right? We'll move ahead then. Okay. Okay, Suben. Sorry, Sueb. Thank you for mentioning that. For the rest, I would request, if possible, please turn on your video. Now I'll move ahead. I can see that we have we have a total of 7 people, including me. So before we get started, I would just like to understand. I know when you filled out your form for the registration, you have mentioned that you guys are using. Some people are using an HRMS, some people are not. But before we move ahead, I would like for all of you to kind of drop in the chat that are you using an HRMS? It can be a yes or no. And if you're using one, which one you are using? Yeah, that will just give me some context and we'll go ahead. HR1. Okay. All right. So we have a no HR1 Keka. Right. Okay. Perfect. Okay. So some people are using something, and there are also people who doesn't have an HRMS. So before moving on and giving you the walkthrough, I'll just give a very little introduction about myself, and then we'll get to the particular session, just for the participants to know that what we have been doing, right? So I'm Piali. Just give me a second. I'm Piali. Currently, I'm running Appo, which is the product site where we have HRMS, LMS, and school management system. And we are also currently working on Appo One, which is an all-in-one business ERP, which we are currently working on. The first 3 things, HRMS, LMS, and school management system, we already have. In 2023, and I started Tech for Social Good, where we did a lot of Zoho implementations. In terms of, we talked with nonprofits where we understand what are their digitization challenges with programs and departments, and we have automated that using any of the Zoho product. Before that, I was working with as a fractional CTO in Project Tech for Dev. So I have overall 15 years of experience, and around 12 to 13 years of it is in the nonprofit space. So that's a brief intro about me. Now moving on, we'll talk about PeopleHub HRMS, which is the topic for today. These are the modules that are there. I'm just going to keep it on the screen for a few seconds for everyone to read them, and then I'll talk about which one of these things which we'll be covering in today's demo. Okay, now among all of these things that we have in PeopleHub HRMS, the things that we will mainly be covering today, I'll just cover that. So recruitment onboarding is something where an employee journey starts from recruitment. So we'll cover this part. After recruitment, employees records gets added. Then we'll talk about leave and attendance. Along the line of the leave and attendance, we'll go ahead and talk about biometrics integration and geotagging, right? These are connected to the leave and attendance section that we are talking about. After that, we'll talk about payroll and payslips plus expense management. Rest of the other things, and there are many other features that the platform has. In the interest of time, we'll try to make it crisp, and we'll talk about these primary features, and the rest we can cover if there is time towards the end of the session. Let me just stop sharing and then go to our platform and start sharing the screen there. Just give me a second. So, okay, performance management we can cover. How do you pronounce your name? Chirian? Chirian, right? Chirian
Hi,
Thomas.
it's Cherian. Yes, thank
Chirian,
you.
right. Chirian, yes, we can cover performance management as well. I'll cover that in brief overall, right? Just give me a second. Okay. Now this is the login page. I'm going to log in with one of our demo account. Now once I log in to the portal, first you will be landing to the dashboard. As you can see, it has a clock in and clock out. So I have already clocked in. Now it's has a yeah. So clock in and clock out. I haven't clocked in, so it has a clock in kind of a thing here. But we'll talk about the everything else on the dashboard and on the side, all the menus and all of that in a little bit. But for now, I'm just going to talk about first thing that you do when you have your HRMS set up with us would be the branding part, like so your logo, all of the color coding, because Tech for Social Good has a kind of a blue, red, iconic as part of our branding. So we have red buttons, but typically what we would do, the first thing that one has to do once they get the HRMS, they will be uploading their logos and including the fab icon, which is the icon on the corner that you see, and also change the color palette for their icons and all. So whatever is your color palette says, you'll be able to change these buttons as per your specific requirement. So this is the branding part. After the branding part, so after the branding part is over, then the next thing is that as you saw on the slide that I had, and on the side there are many features that we have added, including letters, tickets, events, payroll, knowledge base, and all of that. A lot of the times you may already have something that you're using. Maybe invoice is something that's not maybe clients and leads is something that's not even something a non-profit would need. So what we have given as well, so in the settings part, if we go to modules, you will be able to turn off modules, like just, and when you say turn off, that means it just gets invisible from the portal side, right? It doesn't get deactivated from your portal. It just gets like taken out from the menu. So we have also kept this very mindful so that you only keep things that are relevant to you and your screen is not cluttered. So now once the branding is done and you pick the things that you want to be in your menu, let's go to the recruitment where the employee journey starts. So in the recruit section, first thing that one has to do is create jobs. So I'll go to jobs, and obviously we have some jobs that we have created earlier. Now here you will get give all the details related to your jobs. That means job title, category, and all of that, and these are all customizable, and you can add whatever you want, the subcategory, departments, and all of that. You will put your JD, and also you will mention which of the fields, what do you want the application people who are applying to be filling. So you can say that resume is mandatory, while this photo may not be mandatory, but date of birth you want, gender you want, current and expected CTC you want. So these will be the required fields when they apply for the job. You can also customize these fields from the settings itself. So once a job is created, what happens the first time once a job gets created, there will be a career site that gets built. And again, the career site will also have the organization's branding and all of that. And when you go to jobs, you will see all the jobs that you have listed in the portal itself. Now, a jobs can be, just give me a second, I'm just going to go back to, yeah. So now all of the jobs, whatever you will see open will be displayed on the career site. Whatever you mark as closed will be taken off from the career site. So that's how the career site gets created. Now, for example, if someone wants to apply for this PHP role, they would be clicking on apply, and this is and it will open a form. So they will fill up all the details that we have mentioned mandatory. And then once they fill out all those details, their application will be coming and will be here in the job applications page. In the job applications page, currently the jobs are selected as all. If I select PHP developer, you will only see people who have actually applied for that particular role. And Now, once when the application comes first, the status will be applied by default. Going ahead, when you will be changing them through your process and all of that, you can change the status. All of these statuses that you can see from rejected, applied, in-person interview, assignment, all of that, that can be completely customized from the settings itself. So if I go to settings and if I go to recruit, so obviously because each organization will have its own statuses, you can define, add a new status, you can change the name, you can change the position, like what will be the order of these things. Now, after you customize all of your statuses, then whenever someone is applying, in the recruit page, you will be able to select the status as rejected or whatever. Initially it will be applied, and then you can change the statuses every time you're picking a status. For example, if from applied, if I click on shortlisted for telephonic round, they will get an email notification saying that, hi, your application from tech for social good has been changed to shortlisted for telephonic interview. It will not give more detail than just telling that your status of this job has been changed to this particular line, whatever you have written here. And when you say rejected, right, so this is something that goes to them. Just give me a second. My screen is visible. The email is visible, right? Can someone just let me know?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so when you select a rejected, this is the kind of mail which will be going. It's a pre-filled template where it will say that your job has been rejected. Thank you for, unfortunately, with the right fit, and then best of luck and all of that. A very generic email, and that this type of email will go in each of the rounds. When they are selecting rejected, it is a little bit lengthier where it's saying they're sorry and all of that. But for the rest of this, it will just say your application has been moved to shortlisted. Your application is an in-person interview. Just the status of the application will be going. So your HR doesn't have to manually inform them. The moment you select a status, the email is automatically going. Once that is done, after someone is hired, we are supposed to mark them hired from here. I'm not doing this because I don't want to trigger any email. And then we will be going to, when you click hire, after that you can generate an offer letter from here. Generating offer letters, for that you have to select which job this offer letter is for, which applicants that you want to, when is this expiring, and you can give a short description, and you can select signature required. So if you give signature required, this in the offer letter, they will be able to digitally sign using their mouse or their mobile touchpad and all of that. So this is the recruitment portal and what it does. I'm just going to pause here and ask question, anything related to recruitment that anyone might have.
Hi, this is Cherian from Umeed.
Yes.
So, two questions actually. One is
Yes.
when the job is posted, where does it get listed? Is it uh, on some website that we can, for example, our website pages? Is one question. And second one is you said those emails get triggered. So those are customizable emails that we can generate the text and everything else.
Okay, great question. So let me answer one by one. First thing, how they get listed. So what we typically do and suggest, so for example, for each of this portal, when you get your portal, when you list a job, you will go to career site, and this will be kind of your career site's listing. What we typically have done, even in our career site, when you click on career, when in our website for Tech for Social Good and Appo, when you click on career, it just literally opens this particular page, and then one can apply to this. Now, when we have posted like this PHP Laravel role in LinkedIn and all of that, what we do, I will click on apply, and I'll literally copy this one. And in the, after the job description, I'll put this link as the application form link. And that's how, even if the candidates are coming from LinkedIn, they literally, when they click on apply on LinkedIn, this particular page opens up and they will be able to fill these details. Um, was I able to answer what you had in mind?
Right. So we can link it to our individual website pages.
Yes, we can. You can link it to your website. You can also link it to other career portal, including uh, uh,
LinkedIn
LinkedIn
and
and
others.
yeah,
Right.
stuff
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Okay. Great. Yeah. Thanks.
Now the
The
next
second.
one was
Yeah.
so how was the next one? Sorry.
Yeah. The next question was regarding that customizing of those emails.
Okay, so the emails currently are not customizable. Currently, for all of the statuses that are there, it will only for all of these statuses, I can send a sample email, like it will just send a sample email like your application has moved to shortlisted, and it will have your company's logo and the name, right, in your email, just like this one. You will get see tech for social good and all of that branding, whatever you have done for your portal, and will say just a status. For rejected one, there is a little bit a longer email that goes out. Currently, the customization is not available. That is something that we will be working on in the future updates. Currently, it's not there.
All right. Okay. Thanks.
Yeah. Okay. Now moving on. So that was about the recruitment portal. I'm just going to pause for a couple of more seconds. If anyone else has any other questions related to the recruitment site, if I don't get any question, I'll move on. All right. So moving on. So after the recruitment is done, you can create offer letters. And again, as I said, they can sign it here. Beyond offer letter, all the other letters you can also create from here. You can generate a template, and like, for example, we have NDA and all of that, interns and all. So you can create a template here, and then you can generate letters. All of these can be added as a variable. So the letters beyond offer letters can also be generated, but they will not be, you will not be able to sign. For example, if I open this, this letter has to be downloaded or printed, and then you can then send it on a pen and paper, like a hard copy or a soft copy. But these letters will be just generated from the system, but they will not be sent or signed by the system itself. That only happens for the offer letters as of now. So yeah, beyond that, now let us move. So when someone is hired, what happens then? You will be okay. Once someone is hired, now you will be adding them as an employee. Under HR, you will see employees. Now, again, adding employees is as simple as obviously clicking on this and adding all of these details. You can also add additional fields like, for example, CV, Aadhaar card, PAN card, and any other thing that you might want for your employees to give. These employee kind of profile is also customizable beyond what is already has. Once the employees are added, now in terms of attendance, there are a few ways you can mark attendance. So they can clock in and clock out from here. When they clock in or clock out, their location gets tracked, right? So I'm just clocked in and I can clock out. So this is one way of doing it. There are a couple of other ways of doing it as well. Just give me, I'll just go to settings and I'll go to attendance. Okay, first of all, you can clock in and clock out. Second, then we can also say that employee will be auto clocked in on the first login. So if you enable this, then first, all they have to do in the morning, they don't even have to click on that clock in button. They will have to just log into the system, and that will be capturing their time and location, and that will be taking as their first signing as the employee clock in. This is another way. The thing that we have also, I think one thing that also is very interesting about this system is beyond the clock in, clock out, and all of these, which is typically available, the biometrics integration is very sophisticated. So there's a device called JetTK. Okay, I'm just going to open this in another tab. Just one second. So this is kind of a biometric device. Okay, yeah, this one. So this is a biometric device that gets connected to the system very seamlessly. This is not by us. ZK is an already existing very large biometrics manufacturer, and our system gets connected to this particular device very seamlessly. Within 15 minutes, we will be able to connect this. And once connected, every time you add an employee, you will click on push employees to the devices. And like, for example, right now we have 2 test people, but later if we keep adding people, we can literally push the employees from this device to the biometric device from the portal, from this system itself. Then we go to attendance log and we'll be able to see everyone whenever they are kind of punching in and punching out. Just give me a second. So this is the attendance log, where every day, whenever someone is the first record that is being captured will be marked as clock in, and this second will be marked as clocked out. Whatever is clocking and clock out that is happening here, it will also be reported here under attendance, so that you don't have to see. For example, I can see that everything for Kaushal is ticked, and if you click on this, you will be able to see that he has done this with biometrics. So it doesn't only gets captured, it also gets very much synthesized in a way that is very much visual for you. So for for any month like February, I can see that this all of these attendance are tick, whereas for me it is showing like late and all of that, half day and all of that. So and also this page, but this particular page is very visual for you to be able to see at one glance that what is right and where is the problem. Including there is also attendance by hour. If you want to see like how many hours people are kind of present, this is kind of a view that you can go on. So that's about attendance. Similarly, for leaves, or like in for leaves, one can apply leaves from this portal itself. The before people apply leave, obviously the admin has to create the leaves from here. I'll show that creating leave is quite thorough as well. For example, we have monthly and yearly type. So, and then we can say that casual sick leave, we have maybe uh, six sick leaves for the entire year. And then we can decide that in a month, maybe two leaves can be maximum taken. And then entitlement, we can decide if maybe this is only applicable after 90 days of joining, maybe 60 and then is it allowed within the probation? Is it allowed within the notice period? Overutilization is allowed or not? Carry forward is allowed or not? And again, this is entitlement. Under applicability, if it's a maternity leave per se, you can decide it is only for a female employees, right? Then, for example, if you have a school that you're running, you can deselect all and you can say it is only for this particular department that they have a leave like a summer holiday or something. So this is how you add the leaves. After the leaves are added, you can go here and you can apply for the leave. Employees can apply for the leave, and whoever is applying, they will see their balances onto the in this particular drop down, and they'll be only be able to apply for those leaves that they have available in the system. The mail will be going to their reporting manager, and they will be able to apply, approve or reject. So this was about attendance and leave. Any question here? I'm just going to take a pause.
Hi, Cherian again.
Yes.
So you said it is linked to that device, right? So is it only that particular device, or can we customize it for, I don't remember which one we are using, but we are also using biometrics. So it can be customized for any
Yeah.
biometric device?
So it can be. So this is a device that we typically suggest, which is ZK Tico K40 Pro model. But apart from that, any device that has an ADMS. ADMS is a feature where it can connect to over cloud from one application to another. As long as it has ADMS support, we can connect it. The only problem is that in the older devices, we have seen that ADMS is a new feature that is coming in the, like maybe for the last couple of years, the biometrics is as having ADMS, but they also have many models which doesn't have ADMS. So main important thing would be for you to check if the device supports ADMS.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So any other questions on the leave
Uh,
attendance side?
Not on leave or attendance, Piali.
Yes.
Hi, this is Soeb. So my question is related to so once the recruitment is done,
Yeah.
my question is if we hire someone and using your portal,
Yeah.
the portal which is integrated, will they become employee automatically, or do we need to, do we need to create them manually, as you were saying, showing in the earlier screen?
So what happens
Okay, yeah,
once the offer letter is, so this is a demo site. So once the offer letter is accepted, so what
yeah.
happens? You will be able to, okay, you will be able to create them as an employee from this particular place itself, right?
Oh,
And so there are two ways to do that. You can mark them as an employee from this particular portal, and you can just fill out the rest of the details, or you can also go to HR and employee and add them from fresh from there as well. So both the options are available.
perfect, perfect.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Now moving on. So that was about
I have a question.
Sure.
I'm Prasanna from PCDC. I wanted to ask if this is app-based platform,
Currently, this is a this has
web-based.
web application. We are working on a
Okay,
mobile application which will be available in the next 1 to 2 months.
okay. And if they take compensation off or something like that, can we customize those kind of things? Overtime, compensation of something like that?
Comp off, yeah, exactly. So we
Yes,
also
please.
have comp off as a leave. So what we have decided, so in terms of leave, just give me a second. I'll just go to leave settings. One of the leave we have created is also compensationary off, and we have given this 6. But at the same time, it is only the managers will only accept a leave as a compensatory off if they have worked in in a non-working day. So we treat it under one of the leave type. Yeah.
And there's approval also here?
Yeah, there's approval also here. Yes.
Okay, thanks. And one more question I had during recruitment, we can also have them sign off all the policies.
Yeah, so the policies, all of your policies are staying inside the policy center.
Okay,
Upload as many policies as you want, and the policies are staying here. Yeah.
okay, thank you.
One more thing, apart from policies, there are other knowledge pieces as well, like program related document. They are not policies, but they're as important as policies, and you would want people to read through them. So that is why the knowledge base comes in place. For example, for us, I have created a sample knowledge base, which is called product knowledge, and we have kept PeopleHub related documents attached to this, some test logins and all of that for employees to be able to browse through them. You can also create a knowledge base for, and again, this is just one knowledge base, but you can create many different type of knowledge bases, and then inside that you can create many articles, right? So yeah, that is about the policy where you store them and the knowledge base. Now moving on, after HR and thing, there is another thing that is there, which is the expense management. So I'm just going to cover the expense management a bit. So employees will be able to raise expense request from here. So I'm going to finance under expense. For me, I can see all of these options. For an employee, they will not see all of these options. Under finance, they will only see expense. Now they will be able to create a name of the item that they have purchased, the price and purchase date, which is a category. All of these categories are kind of customizable from the admin side, and then purchase from and description and the bill. So all of these can be updated, and once they are added, the admin or the HR department can approve or reject this. And once this is approved or rejected, then this can also be part of the payroll, which I'm going to cover now. So expense approval happens here. After the expense approval happens, typically initially the admin has to create the payroll, go to payroll settings and add salary components like basic HRA and all of that. You can add as many salary components, and this is completely flexible. So you add your salary components first, and then you also create salary groups. Like for example, we may have a particular salary group for leadership roles, and maybe the field staff are on a different salary group. So you will create all of these components and the salary groups. Based on that, when you go to payroll, just give me a second, you will go to payroll, you will, so this is a demo site, you will define the salaries for the employees. For example, these are some demo salaries, right, that has been set. Now after you set up these demo salaries, what will happen? Yeah, so you have already added the salaries, and now we will be going to this, and we'll say for February month, let's please include expense. So you can also check it or not. If you include expense claim and you also use attendance, and you say I want to generate salary for this for 2 people, and you generate this, it will show you the salary based on the days that they are present. So it is only so it will calculate it, and then you can see if what is the calculation and all of that. And then once you pay all of them, so for example, I have made the payment, what I will do, I'll select all of them like this, and then I'll say that change status, and I'll say that it's been paid. Give me a second. Okay, I'll just refresh this page. Okay, I'm just gonna now select this, and then I'll change status, apply, and it will say that paid. Once I say that it has been paid on this particular day via bank transfer, and add amount to expenses, no, oh, sorry, no, and I'll save it, the salary slips will be like this, will be marked as paid, and the salary slip will be going to the employees itself. So this is how the expense can be part of your payroll itself, and I'll show you the expense gets added towards the bottom saying that expense claims is 0, right? So, but if I had expenses that I have raised in this time, it will be showing that there is a particular expense claim. This is how salary, payroll, and expenses are kind of linked together. So yeah, I'm just going to pause here for any questions on this expense and payroll side. Okay, so apart from that, I'll just go back to my initial thingy. Okay, we talked about this. Okay, there was a request for covering the performance management.
Purely just one quick question
Sure.
related to the finance part. So in our organization, we are using Oracle NetSuite
Mm-hmm.
for managing the, you know, financial things. So is
Mm-hmm.
there a possibility that, I mean, is there any open API available through which we can integrate it? Is
So
there a
we have,
possibility?
yeah, we have APIs and webhooks available for the system. Yeah, that's a very, yeah, you can obviously take those and then use that to connect with any other platform that you have.
Great.
Yeah. Okay. Moving ahead. So I will, any further question? I'm just going to take a few seconds of pause there. Okay. So no questions. So I'll now cover a little bit about the performance management because there was a request for that. So here performance management starts with defining objectives. And when you just give it a second. Let me turn off my, okay, no. So you will be defining an objective and it can be, I'll just define an objective like XYZ and it will, yeah. So I'll just, okay, कुछ भी डालते हैं and maybe I'm assigning these objectives to two people, like maybe Piyali Kaushal both has to be working on this particular objective. After you define an objective, you will have to define key result for that particular objective. So if it's like project has to send MOU in 3 months or whatever, you have to define minute details where it might be in the next 2 months, menu has to be drafted and stuff like that. So you define the key results here. I'll just put for the key result 1, 2. So first we have added an objective and then we say, okay, second thing we have to do current value. For example, in terms of target value, you may say that in percentage, current value is 10, whereas the target value is 100. Currently, where is the person on that particular, in this particular key result and what is the target value? You can also define it in terms of revenue for sales or fundraising role, and you can also define it in units. I would typically assume that percent is a better thing, that out of 100, maybe 10 is what is the current share, whereas 100 is where it has to reach. It's kind of giving them a numbers to count on. So this is how it kind of gets added. Every time it says off track, and then every time there is a, so under XYZ, there is key result 1. You can add multiple key results as well. And you can also keep updating them every time there is a update. So we can edit it and you can say that check-in frequency is maybe monthly and all of that. This is this particular thing, scheduled date. Okay, first day of every month, we do a review on that. And every time there is a update, we will be able to update it. We haven't been using it internally for a while, and hence I'm kind of also not able to do this. Yeah. So typically this is what happened. This is still in beta version, so we are still working on this. But yeah, it is based on objective and key results, and it shows you a progress on what is the percentage that's currently, and it's on track, off track, and all of that. Yeah, I'm just going to pause here.
Okay, thanks. Are there any notifications also which we can configure? For example, if the there is no edit or key results updates for a month or something like that, would there be an email which goes out, or the end of year? Is this also linked to an appraisal system?
So notification and a full-on appraisal system is not kind of what something that we have to work on. This is a very kind of a beta version of this, and I think we needs a lot of work, especially the performance management part. And I think we are actually willing to work with the team, HR team of a non-profit and make this more robust based
Right,
on
right,
like a little bit of a crowdsources requirement that's there. But yeah, as of now, it is very nascent and it's not very thorough as of now.
right. Okay, understand. Thank you.
Okay, so apart from performance, as we can see, there is also purchase request. We can add vendors, create purchase order, and many other things, including QR code generation and whatnot. So that is about it. I'm just going to stop sharing, and I will pause for questions, and then we'll talk about how this is compared to the maybe other HRMS that people are already using and all of that. So yeah, I'm just pausing for questions. Feel free to unmute and ask.
What reports or analytics or dashboard is available as part of this?
Sure. So in terms of reports analytics, I'm just gonna go here. First of all, in terms of so there are some dashboards that we have, and on the dashboard you can, this particular platform also has project and task management. I didn't cover that. So you will be seeing that how many projects are going on, how many tasks are pending and overdue. We haven't been keeping it, obviously it's a demo site and all of that. So you can see those numbers are kind of blank. Then you can also see if you have documents and all of that. But yeah, the dashboard can also be a little bit customized, and you can decide which elements to not have there. Apart from this particular dashboard, there are many different types of reports like task report, finance report, income versus expenses. So this also does basic bookkeeping. So you can add your income and expenses, and it will give you all those report. Expense report is something that I can open, and then attendance report. Attendance report is also something that can get delivered to the HR automatically on a monthly basis on an email, and you will have an Excel as an attachment. So yeah, these are the basic types of report that are there. And in terms of Recruit also has its own dashboard where you can see how many total openings, how many total applicants, how many people are hired, rejected, and all of that. Yeah. So this will also have a little bit of a yeah. So these are the basic reports that are there. In terms of the reports and dashboard, I do see that we will be in the future, like in maybe in the next 6 months to 1 year, we will try to integrate AI in terms of so that we can kind of ask question that who is absent, who is more, all of that. But we reports and dashboard are right now, they're like just the way it used to be. Yeah, we don't have an AI integration as of now. There are many opportunities for doing that, but we want to make it more stable rather than just going to the hype and just add AI for the sake of it.
Pyali, is it a multi-tenant architecture?
It is a multi-tenant architecture, so everyone will be in the same system. Yeah.
Okay. So what will happen? So for instance, if we go with this HR1 solution, this particular HR solution, HRMS solution, and if we want some customization, for instance, in performance review, what will happen then?
So to be
How do we
honest,
deal with that?
for larger organization, for any organization who are 100, 200 or more than that, we would have, although it can cater to multi-tenant, but we will only keep the multi-tenant system working for the smaller organization anywhere when the organization has less than 100 employees, right? But for over 100 employees, we plan to set up different instances so that we can do all the
Right,
customizations. Yeah.
right. Uh, in our organization, we have close to 3,300 employees.
Yeah.
That is the reason I was asking this question.
So for that particular use case, that will be separate, completely separate instance. Will not
Separate
be.
instance, yeah.
Yeah. In this.
Makes sense. And how open you are, for the customization?
We are very open because this is just the beginning of the HRMS, and we know there are many features that has to be enhanced, upgraded to make it an enterprise grade system. So if we get to work with Piramal Foundation where there are 300 plus employees, that's an enterprise grade use case, and we would love to cater to that. Yeah.
3,000 plus.
3,000 plus, exactly. So it's literally beyond like it's large enterprises. So
Yeah, right.
anything more than 500 we kind of consider it as enterprise. 3,000 plus is large enterprise. So we would love to kind of do any customization that the organization would need.
Great.
All right. So if we don't have any further question, I'll just give a very brief rundown about how we see PeopleHub is different from the other things in the market, and where we shine and where we don't. So just a very honest discussion on what we do better right now and what is the area of improvement, right? So I'll take an example of Zoho People for now. Just give me a second. Yeah. So in terms of Zoho People, in the Zoho ecosystem, for you to kind of get all of these that we have, like we are talking about literally 5 different applications in the Zoho suite: Zoho Recruit, Zoho People, Zoho Expense, Zoho Dex, Zoho Payroll. And then you have to take add-ons for performance management and many other feature-based add-on. So that is also typically how most of the HRMS are working, including KK, HR1 and all of that. They have a tier-wise pricing. So I'm just going to open also the Soho's pricing page, which is obviously a public page on their website. So all of these, so every feature for many features, you will kind of go to one tier to other tier, and then also after that, you will still not need Zoho people payroll expense and all of that taken separately. Whereas I think the reason that I even started that HRMS is a bet, because I thought that first of all we wanted to replace 7 to 8 different tools or plus add-ons with one system, one flat fee, no feature-based pricing. That's something that I felt very motivated towards solving. First of all, and second of all, right now we are in the breadth area where we have added a lot of feature. Currently, the depth we are working on. For example, the question that came on the recruitment portal, that in the recruitment we do not have the customization of each of this email, and these are depth that we have to go on. So we have created a quite a good amount of breadth right now. We are working on the depth of these particular features that we have, and as I was explaining to Shoaib that we were very happy to work with nonprofits and create those depth, because I think we cannot just create those depth just out of the blue. We have to work very closely with nonprofits to create those depth. So that's kind of where we are. In terms of the pricing for PeopleHub currently, I'm going to also touch base on that, and then I'll take questions again. So for smaller organization, for 5 employees or less, we do it. Right now it is for free, like most of the HRMS does. Now for the otherwise it will be 1,200 per employee per year for any employee which is more than six. From 6 to any n number of employees, it will be 1,200, and we do like a 10% discount on top for nonprofits. And if you're only looking for a few users to only use recruitment per se, then it will be like on a 300 and 3,500 per user, only if you are willing to have couple of users using it, not the entire organization. So these are the pricing model that we have right now, very flat fee, and all of these things kind of one of the things that I'm trying to make sure that all the features are included, so nothing will be under like any payment tier or an add-on sell on that you get. Yeah. So I'm just going to stop sharing this, and I'll take questions around the pricing or anything else that you have.
So, where does this data reside? Is it a common cloud or somewhere, or do you all have your own?
So it is all on cloud. We are currently, for smaller organization, we will be kind of setting it up on hosting our VPS, right? And for larger organization, we will take it on AWS and all of that. So, but it is all cloud, and all the data is on the databases, including IDs, password, and all of that, all are encrypted. Yeah. And
Okay.
nothing is in-house or nothing is on premises. It's all based out of cloud hosting services.
Okay. So we are 125 approximately today. So
Sure.
you would be hosting a separate instance for us on AWS.
Yeah.
And that would your pricing of 1,200 per user would include that, or is that anything separate other than
So
that?
for organization where we will be putting it on a separate instance now, we will have some infra cost added to that. This particular costing is for like the multi-tenant architecture where we will be hosting many organization. But for maybe for Pyramid or for Umid, if you're doing a separate instance, we will talk. We have to kind of understand what we are working with, and then we'll have to kind of do a custom code on the infra side.
Okay. Okay.
Purely how big team you have?
Yeah. So currently we are a team of so in office we are a team of 3 people, but we have agencies and freelancers that are working as a tech partners, and that's how we have gotten in place. We are currently working on to hire also 3-4 people in the in-house tech team, but I think it has been quite hard because the requirement versus what we are getting in the market hasn't been working out. But we have agencies and freelancers that are managing our tech end to end for now.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay. So if you don't have any further question, then so what I would do, I have all of your details obviously because all of you have registered. I'm going to email all of you in the next couple of days individually to see if we can get onto a one-on-one call to understand your particular use case and what would be the if you would like to go ahead, if any infra discussion that has to be happening and all of that. So I'm going to email all of you individually. So expect an email in the next couple of days. Okay.
All right.
All right. Thanks
Thank
everyone for
you.
joining. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Purely. Thank you.
Thank you.